All media around the world is telling you that foreigners have left Russia. But recently I returned back to Moscow to see my family, and I found out it's absolutely not true. There are still quite a few of them living here in Moscow. I decided to find out why, despite the political situation, they're staying here. Hello! Good morning, my friends. Let's start our first day of this vlog. And of course, I'm walking with Lucky right now. The first thing I do in the mornings. It's the last cold day here in Moscow because tomorrow it's already going to be +4. And the day after it's going to be +6 and rain. So winter is coming to an end. Lucky is already at home, relaxing and eating, and I'm on my way to meet my friend, which I have not seen for a year, and our first guest of this video. So let's go. And by the way, really, all you need to be happy is just the sun. Here we took some breakfast. I took eggs, shrimps and salad, and this is cheese, looks very nice. And of course coffee rough with lavender. Here is another one, also looks so good. So my friends, let me introduce to you Jana or Janka from Slovakia, who is right now living in Moscow. Actually, it's really interesting how we met because she's been my YouTube follower and she wrote to me and offered to go for a coffee. I found this super cool, so of course I said yes, and that's how we met last year and kept in touch since that. And right now she's still living in Russia, so I was thinking it would be interesting to for Jana to share her thoughts about this. So thank you so much for joining it.
You're welcome.
Could
Glad to be here.
Could you please tell us what do you do here in Russia and for how long are you living?
Okay, so I'm studying here. I have a student status here, so I'm studying in the university. It's called MPGU, like Moscow Pedagogical State University. I'm studying linguistics, more teaching Russian language as a foreign language. I came here last year, in January. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the end of December, but it was January, and I stayed till the end of March 2022. Mm-hmm. Then I left home because I had online lectures. Okay. So I came back here on September. Mm-hmm. And I'm still here. It's March, so... Okay.
Well, that's actually very surprising that you, as a foreigner, returned to Russia right now. Could you please share why, if it's not a secret?
Okay, so I guess the first reason was I wanted to finish my master's in Moscow to improve my language, mm-hmm. to improve Russian, because I speak mostly like English and Russian are my two main foreign languages. And also to use my student's visa to be in the city, to explore, to have more experiences outside of my own country and mm-hmm. to learn something else. I'm enjoying my last year of student times.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Do you plan to stay in Russia after your master's, after your graduation in summer?
Unfortunately, probably no. After my graduation, I want to stay maybe for 1-2 months to use my student's visa to maybe travel a little bit around Russia. But after that, I think I will leave. Also because of my personal life. And by the way, I would like to add that as I'm studying Russian language in my university, it's a lot of students. I'm very surprised, but it's a lot of students from countries like Asian countries. It's mostly China, mostly like Africa, Japanese students. Despite the situation in the world, they still want to come and they still want to learn the culture, the language, the traditions, Russian traditions. So,
do they like living in Russia?
from what I heard, they enjoy.
Yana, you said that you feel quite safe here in Moscow, and I believe that all foreigners are going to be very surprised, especially taking into account the political situation. Can you please share about how you feel here, why you feel so safe in Moscow?
It's a good question, yes, because it's very interesting that people in, like mostly my friends from Europe, my family, friends, they think, they take Russia as a whole, and they think also that Moscow is not very safe, but it's the other way. I would say I feel very safe in Moscow, and me personally, I can compare it to, for example, I spent May in Paris, and the safety there, I didn't feel that safe there as I'm feeling right here.
So Yana, you are not regretting staying in Russia right now, right?
No. I'm not regretting.
Okay, well, we all wish you good luck. I hope you graduate your masters here and then continue your PhD somewhere in Europe, and also that you have to travel a little bit around the country. And yeah, guys, it's also very important that even despite the political situation, also think about life of a normal people. And that's the goal of my video, just to show you how normal people from different countries are living here right now. So thank you so much.
Thank you as well.
I just came to the city center to pick up my passport from the embassy and find out if I got visa for Schengen zone or no, and you can find out this in this video. And since I have some free time before meeting my second guest of this video, Murugan, I decided not just waste this time in a cafe but visit one exhibition, and I'm taking you with me. Now let's go and meet Murugan after his work. Hello! Let me introduce to you Murugan, my ex-colleague from the company where I was working in the office in Russia. Murugan, thank you so much for agreeing to this interview.
Welcome.
And by the way, I already was making an interview from him for approximately 1 year and a half ago, and he shared his story how he moved out to Moscow from India. So you're gonna love it. It's very interesting. Be sure to take a look at this. And could you please share what you are doing right now in Russia, how long you are living here, and etc.?
So I've moved to Moscow maybe like three years ago. So I moved here because of my girlfriend. So we met, and soon after we got married, and I got my residence permit, and of course I got my job. So basically now I work as a team lead in a company with 7 employees working under me, and I would say we got married. So
Congratulations!
Thank you. So we got married in Moscow, and we had second wedding in India as well.
Wow!
So it was really cool, and so right now, yeah, so we have pretty normal life, working and having our married life. So it's pretty much it, yeah.
So did you think to move out from Russia after the war started?
Actually, I would say no, because soon after the war started, like, I don't know, maybe because since we are in Moscow, like we didn't feel any changes at all. The shops were closed, major brands were closed, and prices were high for some products, maybe international products. But I think people in Moscow, I think they don't feel any changes because the price hike didn't make much difference, I would say.
You're planning to stay in Russia and not move at all?
Actually, at this moment, I wanted to stay in Russia, but at this moment we were planning to move to Serbia, because we plan to, take our marriage life to the next step, which is having a baby. We need to think more about future So when we discuss this way, and maybe Moscow or Russia can't be the best idea, and I have an opportunity to move to Serbia because of my work, and so we plan to visit Serbia next month for 2 weeks, and we will check the situation over there if everything is more suitable to grow a baby. So I think I will move.
So you're thinking just of moving to Serbia to have a more stable life for the kids?
Yeah. So it's mostly for the kids and for my wife because she works more international with a lot of different brands internationally, and she's a perfumer. So for her business purpose, yes.
Do you think it's safe here right now in Moscow?
I see a lot of foreigners there still in Moscow because I work in a co-working for now. Today I saw 90% of them, they speak English. And guys from Arab, Spanish, Italian, I see a lot of people in co-working. And regarding safety, I would say I don't feel any threat as a foreigner.
Okay.
I feel more safe, and people are nice still, and there is no changes, I don't see any war vibes within people, and they don't talk about war, and they are leading their normal life, and everything is pretty okay.
And you also lived in London, right?
Yeah, I lived in London for like 3.5 years.
And you feel more comfortable in Moscow?
Yeah, Moscow is more safe, to be honest, because in London, like when I lived there for like 3.5 years, I have been, I'm not proud to say, but I have been robbed like 3 times. So
And in Moscow never?
And there has been some racist attacks, but not like front, but
I'm
I have faced, I have seen and I have faced. But in Moscow, since after I moved, I haven't faced any racism.
Wow.
And to be honest, like I feel more and more safe. And
Even despite the political situation?
yeah, despite the political situation, I feel more safe.
Well, Murugan, thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you
You're
so much.
always a nice guest in my channel, and I would say all of us wish you good luck. I hope you're gonna love Serbia and maybe live sometime there. But if you're gonna decide to stay in Russia, I hope you'll be a great father soon and have like a really good life.
Thank you.